So there's this little restaurant in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and it's called the Pir8'd. And I'll tell you guys, they got the best wings. And not that I'm some big wing guy or anything, but I never was into wings until friends told me to go and eat there. And I'll tell you, they got the best sauce. And today I'm going to show you a loose iteration of that sauce. Um, it's pretty close to what they got there. And I'll just do a little quick run through the ingredients here. It's a butter-based sauce, but you use both butter and margarine. Um, Cayenne pepper. I got my pepper grinder. I picked up some of this iguana sauce. It's not true to the Pir8'd recipe or flavor. What you really want to use is the sauce called Da Bomb, which I haven't bought yet. I couldn't find it around town, so I have to buy it online. And then I've got my 3 cloves of garlic here, and these little packets of dried ranch seasoning. I guess these are like bulbs of ranch, or of garlic, not cloves. But anyway, this dried ranch seasoning is one of the key ingredients, it seems like, because it thickens up the sauce. Some people throw flour into a sauce to thicken it up, but you lose a lot of flavor that way. So anyway, I'm going to start off. It's a really straightforward recipe. I'm going to crush up the garlic. I'm not going to chop it up because I'm going to be simmering it in a stick of, well, I guess these are half sticks of butter and a half stick of margarine. I'll simmer it for a while and then I'll season it. And then I'll also fry my wings in some canola oil. I got my pots over here. And yeah, I'll show you how this goes. Never used this big wide pan for this, but I think it's worth a shot because when I throw the chicken in there, it won't raise the level of the oil as much. I had a little trouble with some oil overflowing before, so we'll see how that goes. The oil wasn't really overflowing, but once it really starts cracking and popping and sizzling, it kind of foams up on you. Anyway, we'll see if the wide pot helps with that situation. As I was mentioning in another video, I like to crush up the garlic inside the bag these days. Makes it a lot easier to come apart, get the shells off of it, or skins, or whatever you call them. I forgot to comment on the chicken wings. It's best to get the skin on and bone in. And these are all, well, I'll show you later, but people usually think of wings as wings and drummies, and it's all part of the same wing. Not sure I mentioned this earlier in another video or not, but I also like to crush the individual cloves these days. It really makes them come apart easy. It goes pretty quick, but this is like the longest part of this whole recipe. I think that's about 15 minutes worth of work. And once I hit the point of diminishing returns, I call it good. I'm gonna bust out a frying pan now and get going on this garlic. I had to clean out the garlic a little bit, cut off all those little tips. And I'm gonna get my oil started over here and get this garlic going in some butter. I'm just throwing half of one of those half sticks in here right off the bat. Just really simmer this butter for a while. If I throw some salt in there too. One thing I like to do with my oil to keep it from getting too hot is I'll cut off just a little piece of bread and throw it in there. And that way at least there's something to fry in there so that you don't accidentally burn your oil. Come on, stop button. I guess I got something on my stop button this time. It's always fun. So I got my garlic browning up pretty nice, and this thing's starting to make a little noise over here. I don't see much sizzle on that bread yet. There's a tiny bit. And at this point, you're going to start kind of chopping at it with your spatula, and it should start to smashing right up real nice. I'll keep cooking while I do this. And before long, they'll just be smashed all up. I'm going to go ahead and add some more butter. I'm going to need it anyway. And it'll help this garlic soften up just that much more. So at this point, I've shut my oil off, or turned the heat off, because that bread's all browning up in there. You can see I've flipped it over. And I remembered I took a spoon last time and really smashed up this garlic at this point, so I think I'm going to do that again. You can see you can just pretty much smash it and almost like kind of spread it right onto the pan, and it just comes right apart. I'm just going to keep doing that for a few minutes here. It's kind of funny that I'll still be adding margarine to this, but believe it or not, it's an important ingredient. It just kind of causes it to have the right texture and stuff. And again, this is kind of a loose replication of that Pir8'd recipe, which I don't think Rob is going to be publishing it anytime soon. But definitely a spectacular sauce. I guess it's more or less like a butter-based Cheyenne pepper sauce, I guess. Be like the base sauce or something. Throwing in a half of one of these half sticks of margarine, and then I'll start adding some seasoning here. I think that garlic's definitely cooked. I'll probably smash it up a little bit more. So here's where we're at after, I don't know, 5 minutes of mashing up that garlic. And I haven't added any seasonings yet to this. This kind of color we're looking at, and I'm still messing around with the proportions on this stuff. So I think I may have added just a little bit too much margarine. Maybe not. I think we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to heat this up a little more. I had my heat off because I didn't want it to continue cooking too much while I kept smashing it. And I think I'm going to add a little seasoning here. Dashes of cayenne pepper. Not sure if you can see that or not. Kind of mix it in and do it to taste. I add a little pepper. Some iguana sauce. This is the habanero pepper sauce, which was what the bomb sauce was based on, if I remember right. I was just looking for something similar. I think I'm going to alternate between the pepper and the sauce until I get a pretty good flavor and pretty spicy. And then when I add my ranch packets, it'll bring the spiciness down. And then also when you add the sour cream, same thing. And at that point, maybe I'll add a little bit more pepper, cayenne pepper and hot sauce to get the flavor I want. At this point, I've added, I think maybe about let's see, I've maybe used a half of this bottle, and so maybe I've used a third of it this time around. And maybe like 10 shakes of the cayenne pepper. I don't know how well you'll be able to see the color change, but it's starting to get some orange going on. I think I've reached a desired level of spiciness in this sauce, which, I guess honestly it'd be like a butter, garlic, cayenne pepper habanero sauce, then mixed with ranch and sour cream. So, next I'm going to add my little packet of ranch, and this will thicken it up. I've also pulled my little piece of bread out of the fryer. I turned that off turned the heat off a few minutes ago. And while I stir this in here, I gotta tell you a story quick. I used to go to pir8'd's all the time, and they came up with their own barbecue sauce, because this was their original sauce, but then they came up with a barbecue sauce. And I really liked it, but I always liked the original sauce just as much. So I used to order 2 6-wing orders, one of the original sauce, which I always liked the 12 spiciness. And I think their spiciness was kind of, if it's 12 spiciness, that means there's 12 drops of the bomb sauce in there. But anyway, I used to mix the 12 level hot sauce with their barbecue sauce. I didn't mix it. I would just get 2 separate orders. And I just really liked the 2 flavors together. But then somebody thought to mix those 2 sauces, and they called it shark sauce. And they entered it into a national wing competition, and they won. So that's how good this place is with their sauces. As you can probably tell, that 1 packet of ranch really thickened this up a lot. I had to set the camera down and turn the heat off quick. I didn't want it to start sticking too much. I think I'm going to add one of these containers of sour cream and see how we're looking. Turn my heat off again, and I'm going to stir in the sour cream. And maybe I'll turn it on again for a second, but you're supposed to be really careful not to let this simmer. This needs a lot more cayenne pepper, I believe. And I'm going to add some more iguana sauce, I think. A little bit thick on me, so I added another about I think it's an 1/8 stick of butter. Maybe like that much or so. Or I think so. Now I've used maybe 3/4 of that half stick. Now that might be starting to look like some kind of K-sauce that you find familiar. I gotta really watch my heat here. Turn that off again. I'm gonna add a little bit more cayenne. This is right where it needs to be. It's got that pretty good flavor going on, real spicy. Not too spicy though, it's kind of tamed by all that sour cream and ranch in there. Funny, I don't even usually eat ranch or sour cream, but they go great in the sauce, I'll tell you. So now I gotta get my oil going again and throw some chicken in there. Adding just a little bit more margarine, because it really does thin it out, and it's just a little bit chunky in here. Or a little, I don't know about chunky, but it kind of glops together. And that margarine will really thin it out the rest of the way. So I've used the majority of that second half stick of margarine now. Yep. My oil again with a little piece of bread like I like to do. And I'm adding a little bit more heat. Or I will add a little more heat. I thought that was on to really get that sauce just a bit thinner. So I think it just hasn't quite melted that last bit of margarine. Or maybe it has. I might just throw a lid on this too. You gotta get your oil real hot, you know, before you throw that chicken in there. And then you gotta cook it for a while to really crisp up the skin. Really gives it that texture you like, that you're gonna want, I guarantee. The sauce just really sticks to the spoon. And it's gonna be good. It's about as hot as I want. I'm gonna check by just letting a tiny bit of water hit it. Yeah, we got that kind of thing going on, you know you're good. In my opinion. Plus it browned up that bread pretty quick. So I'm gonna get some chicken in here. I got 2 birds worth of chicken wings, so here we go. Lid on that like immediately. And I'll get my spatula and kind of make sure they're all submerged real well. Toast some rolls too to have on the side. Maybe throw some cheese in there and fold them back together after they're toasted. Rotated my wings once because it's a little shallow on the oil, but I like how it's staying in the pan pretty nice in the pot. I guess it'd be nice to have a real tall pot or something like this. But I don't know. Let that go for a while though, so that skin gets real nice and crispy. And then, you know, from here, once it is all crispy, you can either, you know, it's tempting to just throw the wings right into the pot of sauce, but if you do that, you're not going to be able to get all the oil off the wings each time, and eventually the sauce will start to, or the oil will start to accumulate in your sauce. You don't want that. So I think you can either, you know, I've heard people throw some sauce in a bag with the wings and just shake the daylights out of it. I'll have to try that sometime. I don't have a bag, so, you know, I didn't buy bags for that purpose yet. But, I think I'm just going to do what I did last time, just take a spoon and just kind of spoon some of the sauce over the wings on each plate as I serve them. That seems to get on there pretty good that way. I admit, this Irish cheese is pretty darn tasty. It's Irish cheddar. Just let those hang out in there. Just fold my cheese in. Chicken's starting to look good. Starting to get some of that golden brown on there. I'm really going to let it get covered though. I'm not going to pull it out too soon. Just kind of rotate them a little bit. Try to flip them. It's kind of tricky to flip sometimes. Kind of gets springy on you. I think that one's going to stay. Go to the other side maybe. Anyway, you know, it's good to really let them go because all this stuff on the ends, almost like some tendons and stuff, they start to get all crunchy. It's really good. Flip them all the way over to make sure that little tip of the wing gets cooked. They're looking really nice and golden brown, and you'll notice, you know, what might happen to you, I went to lift my lid and it caused condensation to go down onto the oil and really caused it to bubble up like crazy, like it is now, so I had to throw the lid back on. But in just a second here, I'm going to pop the lid and hopefully let the condensation go into the sink this time. And I like to take the chicken out then and throw it into a paper bag and then shake it around a little bit. And that really gets a lot of the oil off of it. Final view of the chicken wings. That just takes a ton of the oil off of it. And it looks like it's almost ready to serve just like that, right? And you gotta get her all sauced up first. You know, your sauce might start to separate when the heat's not on. I think the margarine floats to the top, so I gotta stir that up real good before I spoon it on there. And I've chucked it into a paper towel. I'm gonna dab it a little bit. You can see that nice golden brown on there, and it's got a good crunchy texture going on too. There's a serving suggestion, and I'm going to now demonstrate how to eat these things because this is news to a lot of people. It was certainly news to me. My buddy Keenan, who originally showed me to the K, took the time to explain how to eat one of these. And you know, at the K they come all cut up. I think Rob cuts them all up that morning or something. Here, but first, I like to tear off the little end, the wingtip, and there's 2 little bones in here. So you can kind of, when you start nibbling on it, there's a little bitty bone you gotta make sure you don't choke on. That's probably the wing everyone dies, you know, choking on when they're eating chicken wings. So I will eat that, but I'm setting it aside for a minute. Here's the part that people seem to not realize the best way to do it. This is like the drummy, and this is the actual chicken wing. And break those apart quick. You know, I'd be eating the whole time along the way, but the deal is there's two bones inside the wing. My mouth's just like watering about to eat this. There's 2 bones, one on each side, and you have to give it a little twist. And you can actually pull one of the bones out, usually the little one, And then it's really easy to get all the meat, you know, because some people sit there and try to gnaw and get the meat in between the two bones. You just break it first, and then this is almost like eating a drummy. And you know, the wing seems, this part of the wing, that seems to be where all the flavor is. Maybe it's just because it's between those two bones, or who knows. But I'm gonna get eaten. I hope you enjoyed. Catch you later. Here you can maybe see, that's how clean those bones can look after you've ripped them apart and gotten all the meat out of there. Anyway, enjoy.